Hello, my dear students. Today, let us start a new chapter, that is friction, in your module 2. In the module 2, earlier we have seen the chapters like equilibrium of forces and also some problems on Lami's theorem. Okay, in that concept, what we did, okay, it is the continuation part of that chapter. So, next chapter is friction. So, what is friction? What are the types of friction? Okay, how to deal with the friction we will study in this chapter. Okay, before that, so welcome to my channel Civil Knowledge. Okay, if you still didn't subscribe it, please subscribe so that it will motivate me to make more videos. Thank you. So as you are familiar with the friction in your class 12th or PUC, we just refresh our knowledge about the friction so that we can solve the problems which will come under this semester. Okay, in the earlier chapters like equilibrium of forces, we had two forces when a body is contacted with the another body, means a body is contacted with another surface, or when a body is contacted with another body, when there is a contact force, what we had to assume that the contact surface is smooth. The contact surface is smooth, and we would assume a perpendicular reaction. Okay, to that surface, so that if it's touching here, so this, if it's touching here, so at the here on reaction, so ಎರಡೆರಡು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋತಿದ್ವಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಬಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ಫೇಸು ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಮ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ if a body is on the surface of another, if they are in contact with, somehow they are in contact, then here we will not assume that the surfaces are smooth. In fact, surfaces are not smooth. When we go to the microscopic level and see, the surfaces are rough, so we'll take into consideration of that roughness. Okay, so in practice, every surface have minute projecting particles. Okay, when the surfaces are in contact, then the projection interlock each other. So here this is the surface and here is the body. Okay, just assume it. Okay, ಇದೊಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸು, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ರಫ್ನೆಸ್, and surface of this body is also having some roughness. So when we keep the body on this surface, the body remains in its state of rest, or the body surface and the surface interlock with each other. Okay, interlock with each other. When such surfaces tend to move, so when such surfaces tend to move, the interlocking of projection resists the movement in the tangential direction. It will not make the particle to move forward. It will resist the movement which is pulling the body in this direction. Okay, and this resistance increases with increase in projection. So this resistance increases with increase in projection. Means what? The surface, if the surface is more rougher, okay, the resistance to the movement of that body on that surface will be more. Okay, ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಬಾಡಿನ ನಾವೊಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಪಿ ಇಂದ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಫೇಸು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ರಫ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ರಫ್ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಂಟರ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ನ ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಈ ಪಿ ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ the force which makes the body to not to go in this direction, it will hold here, it will resist the force. So this resistance of force is called as friction. Okay, ಅದನ್ನು ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರೋದಾದರೆ ಏನು, ವೆನ್ ಒನ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಅದರ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ to its movement is set up. This resistance to movement is called as friction. So what is definition? When one body tends to move in contact over the other body, this is a body, it is tends to move in contact, it is already in contact with other body. Okay, a resistance to its movement, so to its movement a resistance is created here due to the interlocking. Okay, this resistance to the movement is called as a friction or frictional force. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So this is the definition of frictional force. Now we will see how we should show in diagrammatically. Okay, so ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, ಆ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ W be the weight of the body. Okay, then this is the force P, which this is the force P, or ಇದನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಲಾ, ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ W ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ವೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ನಾವು ಈ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ P ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೆ, ಸೊ ಮೋಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ P ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಆ ಬಾಡಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಾಡಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಮೋಷನ್ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೋಷನ್ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ರೈಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಟು ದ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನೋಟ್, ಏನು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನೋಟ್, ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್, ದ force of friction. So this is very important during solving the problem. The force of friction is always, means the force of friction always acts, it will act in the direction opposite to the motion trend. So the force of friction is always acts in the direction of opposite trend. So motion trend hengide left to right idea, so your friction force will be right to left. This is your frictional force, it's always opposite to the applied force direction. Okay, this is very important. The frictional force is always opposite to the direction of the motion trend. So motion trend is always in the direction of applied force, so the frictional force is always opposite to the applied force direction. Now we will see the types of friction. What are the types of friction? Okay, so there are mainly 5 types of friction. Now we will see one by one. Okay, so first one is, I'll just note down the names, okay, of which are the types of friction, so that we can discuss in detail. Okay, first one is static friction. Okay, we will not waste the time, I'll just note down and I'll resume it. First one is static friction, limiting friction, dynamic friction, dry friction, and fluid friction. So first one is static friction. So the friction acting on a body which is at rest. So the friction acting on the body which is at rest is called as static friction. If the body is at rest, so that force of friction is called as static friction. Then we'll come to the limiting friction. So limiting friction, the friction acting on a body, okay, which is just on the point or verge of sliding. Okay, when the body is just about to move, just about to move or about to slide, if it is inclined surface, so in that situation the friction is called as the limiting friction. So what is this dynamic friction? So as the name indicates, here also as a static, so it should be at rest, limiting, when the body is just about to move or when it's verge of sliding. Okay, dynamic friction, so dynamic, when the friction acting on a body which is actually in motion, okay, which is actually in motion is called as dynamic friction. So if a body is in motion, then if it experiences the friction, then it's called as dynamic friction. Similarly, dry friction, the friction acting on a body when the contact surfaces, so when the contact surfaces are dry, means what? The contact surfaces are unlubricated. So in that case the friction is called as dry friction, or it is also called as Coulomb friction. Coulomb friction. Okay, dry friction or Coulomb friction. So in this dry friction we have two types. Okay, depend upon the surfaces, we have solid friction and we have rolling friction. So as the name indicates, solid, okay, the friction acting on a body when two surfaces have tendency to slide relative to each other is called solid friction. Similarly, the friction acting on a body due to rolling, the friction acting on a body due to rolling of one surface over the other surface is called rolling friction. So this dry friction is mainly based upon the surface. Okay, next one is fluid friction, the friction acting on a body when the contact surfaces are fluid or lubricated is called as fluid friction. That is, it is the surfaces are lubricated. If it is unlubricated, it is called dry friction. If the surfaces are lubricated, then also body is experiencing friction, means it comes under the category fluid friction. So we have five types of friction: static, at rest, limiting, when the body is just about to move and it is get experienced by the resistance, then it's called as limiting friction. Dynamic, when the body is in motion, okay, if it experiences friction, is called dynamic motion. Dry friction, so when the contact surfaces are dry, okay. Fluid friction, when the contact surfaces are lubricated, even though it experiences friction, means then it is called as a fluid friction. So the definition and all I'll give you the PDFs, you can verify or you can read from that. Okay, just we'll know what are there in this chapter. Okay, so that we move further. Now we'll go to the concept so that how the problem is to be solved. Okay, we'll go to the concept how the problem is to be solved. So let a body of weight W is subjected to pull P, which tend to move towards right, Okay, this is the motion trend which tend to move towards right as shown in figure. So the forces induced are, due to this, the forces induced are the reaction are, okay, normal to the surface, that is opposite to the weight force, okay, and also acting perpendicular, this R is acting perpendicular to the support, and the force F, which is, if the motion trend is like this, force will be like this. This is what the frictional force F acting opposite to the motion trend. Now you can see that the normal reaction R and the induced resistance F, frictional force F, okay, they are acting perpendicular to each other. So these are acting perpendicular to each other, which can be replaced by a single resultant reaction R1. So I will write this figure in another way, just see. So this is the surface, okay, so this is the body, fine. Now so this is F force is perpendicular to this force, right? So what I do is, this reaction R I will take upwards, okay, and this force here I will make them to start. I'll just consider that they started from a point. Now what we can do, we know the resolution of forces, right? Resolution, okay. What we have done in the resolution of forces, if a force is what, if a force is tangential, okay, like this, or if a force is tangential like this, what how how we were resolving it, ಹೇಗೆ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಒಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸು ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸು ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸು, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೀಟಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಾಸ್ ತೀಟಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೀಟಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಾಸ್ ತೀಟಾ. ಸೊ ಇದು ತೀಟಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ಸೊ ಇದೇನಾಗೋದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ತೀಟಾ ಆಗೋದು, ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ತೀಟಾ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಇದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟು ರಿವರ್ಸು. ಏನೀಗ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸು ಎಫ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಒಂದು ಈ ಥರ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು? ಎಸ್, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ estimate another force R1, okay. This R1 may be the resultant of this R and F, okay. This R is the R dash, athwa R1 is the resultant of R and F with an angle phi, okay, with an angle phi, so that we can define this R1 now. So that ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ, tan phi is equal to, okay, F divided by R. Let this be equation number 1. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು, ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಪುಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪುಲ್ ಆಗೋ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಮೋಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೇಟಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ನ ನಾವು ತೊಗೋತೀವಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಫ್ ಬರ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅವೆರಡರದ್ದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ R1 ಇರ್ಬೋದು ವಿತ್ ಅನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಫೈ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಫ್ ಬೈ ಆರ್, ಇದನ್ನು ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1 ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬಂತು? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಫ್. if I construct a rectangle now, so this force is equal to this force F, okay. So phi opposite ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, opposite by adjacent ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ R. So this is tan phi is equal to F by R. So this tan phi is called as the angle of friction. ಏನು, angle of friction. So we need to define this angle of friction. Sorry, this is called as the angle of friction. How we can define that? I'll write it now. So the angle with the resultant R1, so this angle with the resultant R1 due to the normal reaction R and F makes with the normal to the surface, okay, is called as the angle of friction. You just know the terms, okay. When we solve the problem, we'll get to understand why we are using the angle of friction and all, okay. Another term is there, coefficient of friction. Next term, coefficient of friction. So what is this coefficient of friction? I'll let you know now. So coefficient of friction, it is the ratio of limiting friction F to the normal reaction R between two surfaces. So what is this limiting friction? So this body which we considered, okay, when it is pulled, when it is about to move, okay, when it is about to move, then a resistance will be developed here. So this resistance, force, friction, so this limiting friction F to the normal reaction R between two surfaces is called the coefficient of friction. So this coefficient of friction is also equal to the tangent of angle of friction, okay. So this coefficient of friction, it is denoted by mu. So this mu is nothing but the ratio of limiting friction F to the normal reaction R, and also it is equal to the tangent of angle of friction tan phi, which is equal to F by R. So keep this relation in mind. Coefficient of friction is nothing but it is equal to the tangent of friction, okay. So next, another two items are there which I'll take in the next class. Thank you.